A woman faces first-degree murder charges tonight after that death investigation in Macomb yesterday.
In a statement, police say 28-year-old Portia Garrison was arrested after stabbing her husband, 27-year-old Ricky L. Hamer. They responded around 5:45 yesterday morning to 1680 Wheeler Circle. When police arrived, they found Hamer on the floor with a stab wound. He was pronounced dead at the hospital around 7 o'clock in the morning. There were 2 children in the home at the time. They were taken into protective custody.